have any guidelines regarding violence to follow when you develop Turok?
It's a violent game.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I think we, as a company, we put our footprints on the violence and how we wanted to. I guess the key for us in our game is dinosaurs. So let's focus our attention and the violence on that, because that is ultimately what people are going to play our game for. Our dinosaurs give the player that experience that they can't get anywhere else. So when you're fighting a dinosaur, you can blow them up. It's crazy. Like, it is madness. You know, blood, meat fountains, like dinosaurs going everywhere. So I think that's where we, as propaganda games, really wanted to put our emphasis on the violence.
The dinosaurs theme has been explored over and over, especially in the 90s. What did you do to achieve some degree of freshness in Turok?
One thing that I think we really wanted to do was create that separation from like a Jurassic Park. We wanted to definitely have dinosaurs, which they have, but as far as the way that they react to an environment, a situation, we wanted to make them like zombified, like crazy, so that you don't know what's going to happen. So we kind of took influences from 28 Days Later, like these crazy beasts that are out there, you know, foaming at the mouth, decayed. It really helps kind of separate that from the dinosaur that everybody's familiar with. So that's a really strong point that we wanted to kind of hammer home with our dinosaurs in creating that separation.
This is pretty much a still for action game, isn't it?
It's yeah, like the one thing that we did want to kind of convey to the player is give them this environment that it's up to them to determine how they want to play. So they can play quietly if they want. They can go in guns blazing. They can just, you know, take it as crazy as they want. Or on the other hand, they can play quiet. You know, they can be a little bit more stealthy and approach the situations, try to survey things, see how they wanted to do it. I really think that's something that we had success with, because I know myself as a player, I like being empowered by coming into a situation and being in control of it. I want to be in control. The player's the star of the game. Let them decide how they want to play. So I think as a level designer, that's something that we really wanted to try to put our best foot forward, and I really truly think we did.
Did you have any special concerns about balancing the game, making it challenging for the hardcore gamer, but also accessible for a more mainstream audience?
I think so. I mean, that's something that I think everybody fights with, is creating that balance. And I know that with our quiet kill weapons, things do come at a cost. I mean, there's a skill that's involved with a bow. There's a skill that's involved with a knife. So when you see it, it may look really easy, but as soon as you're there, you've got a raptor coming at you, and you've got a knife, you've got to be pretty confident that you can take him down. So that is one of these skill aspects that we did definitely try to go towards. If I'm carrying grenades and guns, yeah, I can handle a situation a little bit differently. So there's definitely the balance with our weapons and in how you play and the outcome. There's always got to be, you know, cost and risk. You know, all of that comes involved with in whichever weapon you're carrying and how you're approaching the situation.
For you personally, which is the more rewarding experience, the close quarters combat
No.
or the...
Do you know what, for me, I don't like that. That scares me. Honestly, I'm the kind of player that will hang back, so I will take my bow. I want to stay kind of quiet as long as I can. I want to weed down everybody out there. That's my style. People laugh at me when they're like, just go in there. But for me personally, I really enjoy kind of sitting back with your bow or whatever you can to kind of whittle down the forces one by one. I don't want to go close to those dinosaurs. Crazy.
You mentioned the big levels, the huge environments. As a level designer, what did you do to make that appealing all the time?
That's a challenge. That's a big challenge, actually, because you've got these massive worlds and endless paths. So it's a huge challenge on our part, as well as engineering, to create these environments in these systems that no matter how many times you play it, it's going to be different. So that is one thing that I think we truly succeeded on, because I've played some of those levels so many different times, but everything is always new. I don't know where they're... It's like an ecosystem that's alive. It really feels like you're in there and playing this game. So as a level designer, yeah, I'm definitely, I know what I like in games, and I needed to have this kind of feeling of, hey, I can go wherever I want, whenever I want, and there's gonna be something different that happens each and every time that you play it.
And how are those levels going to feel in a multiplayer environment?
Crazy. Multiplayer is insane. Honestly, like I can remember just sitting down playing it for the first time. The ability to just take, you know, your friends on head to head, that's one thing, but then throwing dinosaurs in there, it's crazy. Honestly, our multiplayer is extremely, extremely exciting. That's one thing I'm looking forward to, playing my friends that weren't part of the development online and seeing how they do. It's completely gonna catch people by surprise, and I love it.
How did you benefit from being in a company as big as Disney? Did you feel any difference from the time you worked with Ubisoft, for example?
Do you know what? I think working for Disney's fantastic. They've really given us the freedom and the ability that we need to create something. Like, they've given us that feeling that we can do whatever we want. And I think that's key for a title like Turok. We've got to be, as a developer, that can create new experiences and feelings. They ultimately, the bottom line is they gave us a lot of freedom, and us as Propaganda Games and a developer, we can't be more thankful than that. Disney, thank you.
And did you get to read the old comics and play the first Turok titles?
That's something that we definitely did. It was even like walking through a studio, you'll see old comics, like, you know, kicking around. You'll see old versions of games. You'll see like little Turok toys from like a long time ago. So we really did, we needed to know what the franchise was about. I mean, all of us enjoyed playing them. We had to pay respect to them. We wanted to really pay homage to this franchise that's been incredible. Like, it got pretty much console gaming. Like, it started the FPS. Like, it was something that everybody will always remember. So we had to do a service to that franchise.
And did you go there for inspiration when creating new levels and for this game? Or?
Yeah, do you know what? I think all of us always had in the back of our minds what we can remember, the experiences that were drawn, the feelings and emotions. So I do think that in a lot of our levels, maybe it's not going to be a layout that's the same, but you'll definitely get hints of the old Turok for sure.
There's a time to fight, and there's a time to survive.